Xavier Wills for RX Muscle Australia. I'm here with Michelle Nazaroff. We're going to wrap up the 2013 ANB Western Australian Championships. This is the first one. It was a terrific comp. I mean, they ran it really, really well. I showed up for the second half and I saw the overall men and the overall women and stuff. And it was a great standard.
Oh, absolutely. It was a fantastic standard. And even though we only had small numbers today, I can see that's going to grow. But the standard was outrageous. The men was out of control.
Yeah, when I actually saw that overall lineup come out, I thought, wow, this is actually, I was surprised how good the standard was. In the over 40s, we had Craig Winter. He seems to show up at every comp. I mean, he's just so consistent, always in condition, and he looked great again.
Oh, he was fantastic. And yes, Craig Winter, you have to say, and he's an amazing competitor, and he has got an amazing physique, and it just shows that you keep getting better with age, and I just love his passion. So it's so great to have him in a show, and hopefully he'll go over for the Nationals.
Yeah, I definitely hope so as well. And Dominic Lear, he's incredibly impressive in the teenage. He comes out, he's thick as, his posing was really good. I mentioned that to him in an interview. I said, your posing stood out among anyone else. He was really confident. He probably wasn't quite hard enough for me to win the overall.
Yep.
But I mean, for me, he was second in the overall.
Oh, absolutely. Now, I mean, he's 19 years old.
I think he's actually 18.
Oh, he's only 18.
Yeah.
Gosh. And amazing symmetry. And yes, condition. That's what pipped him at the post, I think, for the overall. He just wasn't hard enough. But he's aiming for the Nationals in 2 weeks. So, there's a bit of a plan in place. And he's posing. He's a performer, that's for sure. But he's being coached by the best, by David Nazaroff. He's had hold of him for quite a few months on, for posing on stage. So it was really good to see.
Excellent. And in the overall, we had Sean McLeany. He was shredded. I mean, he looked absolutely awesome. He's a personal trainer at my gym.
Wow.
And I've seen him walking around, and he's white as a ghost in there, but his legs, I've always seen his legs and everything. He looks very, very good. It's his first show. He wins 2 divisions, and he wins the overall. What do you think of his physique?
Oh, it was outstanding. Yeah, really, really good. High quality. And did you say that was his first show?
First show, yeah.
Oh my goodness, wow. He, top to bottom, left to right, back to front, he was spot on, and yes, condition was outstanding. Yeah.
And
really.
Once he gets, I think, the confidence on stage with the posing and everything like Dominic had, I think he'll dominate shows, and not just, obviously, I had him winning this show, but I think he'll dominate even further.
Absolutely, he's the full package, and that's what we need to see. A lot of people can bring condition, but they don't quite have the size, or they bring the size, but they don't have the condition. So to get a competitor that has the condition, the symmetry, and the size, that's what you need, and that's where most people they're lacking in one area. And also, I found with him, he wasn't wow in just one area. He was wow everywhere. So he was good. He was good equally, if that makes sense. Yeah. So some people have huge shoulders, but they fall away at the back.
Yeah.
So he's a complete package, and I'll tell you, if he sticks with it, he'll go all the way. He'll be a world champion for sure.
I definitely agree with that. One class that stood out in the second half of the show was the fitness under 30. We had some really good competitors. There's 5 competitors in the class. And we had Anya. She came out and finished 3rd. She's a taller girl. What does she have to do to improve?
Oh, again, with the fitness model, it was so close, so close. But for me, I think it's just a general, just continuing to develop the physique. Because the taller you are, the longer, the stringier, not stringy is not the right word, but do you know what I mean? It takes a lot longer to fill that frame up. So, and with our fitness model, we're looking for that little bit more condition than the bikini, but they also have to have the muscularity just enough to match that condition. So if the taller you are, they need to be a little bit heavier on with the muscle.
Now, we had Kelly Pitcher coming in second. I think it's the first year she might have competed, so she did very, very well and came in really good condition. What does she need to improve on? For me, she's perhaps a little bit stiff in some of her poses from her back and stuff. Is that something that she could work on? Yep,
absolutely. Again, it's a whole new division for them. Learning, again, there's that fine line between how hard do they pose, for a sports model, of bikini model and fitness model. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's where they're getting caught out. Because it's a new division, or hasn't been going for that long, they're still trying to figure out how hard they need to pose. So that may be why she looks a little bit stiff. But for me, she was a standout, but she was bordering on going into figure. So you know what I mean? And again, Terry, the head judge, explained to us in our judges meeting that we need to, there's a fine line again, how muscular, how hard they get before they should be going up into figure. So they've got to be careful with that.
Yeah, it is a fine line. I mean, we've got bikini, we've got fitness, we've got figure, and you know, all those classes. I've seen some. You know, last week I saw some girls that were in fitness that should have been in bikini, and vice versa. So.
And this is a great thing I think about the ANB. What I've loved today is because I judge for all the federations, and what I've seen today is that sticking very close to the criteria of every division. So even if you had a wow competitor, if they didn't meet that criteria, they would have been marked down. So that to me is fantastic from a federation point of view. Because that gives new competitors coming in the clear understanding of what they need to present if they stick with that. And they did that today, which was outstanding. And then also hearing some of the people's stories today. Did you like that?
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. I mean, we got a girl that came out on stage and she lost 40 odd kilos to get up on stage, and they travelled a long way to get here as well, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think celebrating those type of wins, everyone getting up, everyone does have a story, and we really don't get to see that. And that's huge for the sport as well, just from a health point of view, bringing more and more people in, and she's going to compete next year, and she'll just go ahead in leaps and bounds. Yeah,
definitely. And we can't forget to mention Danielle Street, who won that division. It was a very tough class. She looked sensational. For me, she had the combination of everything. She had the good amount of muscle, she had the good conditioning, and she presented herself really well.
Absolutely, she was beautiful, absolutely beautiful to look at. She posed really well, like you say, really, really comfortable. She really understands what the criteria was, so she had that down pat. Again, if she got any more muscular or any leaner than she did, she would start to go up and start to be looking at going into figure. And I think it's a great stepping stone, this fitness model division. It's the breeding ground for our figure girls, because a lot of them, they do that for a few years, and once they get that muscularity and that confidence, they can go up, and that's what this sport's about. It's about progressing the athlete. So, bikini can go into fitness can go into figure, and you never know, one day they might want to go into physique or bodybuilding, because it's a shame that we don't see any bodybuilding with the women anymore. But if we stick close to the criteria, and like they've done today, you will get that back, because people will know exactly what they're looking for. What do the judges want? If I produce that, I'll get a good result. But when there's a lot of grey areas and we're not sure, so that's what's really exciting about the ANB coming to Perth, and I know they do that Australia-wide, so it's great. Yeah,
it's excellent. It was an excellent comp. I really want to thank David and Maria. They really they welcomed us into the show. I mean, a lot of promoters would coming late to the show because we had other commitments, would probably say don't bother or something like that, but they really welcomed us. They helped us out with everything, and they let us get on the stage for the wrap-up video, turn on the lights for us and all that kind of stuff. So
it's great.
It was a terrific competition. Michelle Nazaroff and Xavier Wills, that's it from the 2013 ANB WA Championships.